Phoenix, it's 102 degrees.
At Arizona Infusion Center, we are committed to improving your overall wellness and health. Are you suffering from treatment-resistant depression, PTSD, OCD, adult ADHD, or chronic pain like fibromyalgia, neuropathic pain, and headaches? Arizona Infusion Center can help. Using the latest scientific breakthroughs in therapeutic infusion protocols, our experts can customize a treatment plan made just for you. Get back on the path to feeling better and stronger today. For more information, visit us at infusioncenteraZ.com or call 602-325-2020.
Networking Arizona is brought to you by Flash Forward Sites. The proof is in your numbers. Learn more at flashforwardsites.com.
If I traded it all, if I could.
So welcome back, everyone. I'm excited about bringing on my next guest because he also brought somebody with him. But also, for people listening right now, listen up, because this is an interesting kind of a segment. It's a little bit different, and we want people to understand that there are answers for people out there that might be suffering. I have with me Anthony Waweru, and you are an anesthesiologist, you're a nurse. You also are the owner of Arizona Infusion Centers. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do, and who you brought with you today.
Hey everybody. Hey, thank you, Carol. Thank you again. My name is Anthony Waweru, as Carol said. I'm part owner of Arizona Infusion Center. I'm a nurse anesthesiologist or a CRNA, and we've been in business for now over a year and a half. And today I brought a special guest. Her name is Lorraine Rusiano. She is a friend and also a client of ours. So, Lorraine, you can introduce yourself. And
first of all, wait, before we do that, I want to do this first. You have I want you to listen up when we talk about infusion centers, okay? When we talk about that, we're not going to just be talking about infusions that some people think about, okay? I just want people to understand what we're kind of talking about here. And your guest that you brought, you are a client, you're also a friend. Tell us a bit about your experience and how you got to be working with them.
Yeah, that's a very, very interesting story. I think my situation is very special to me, and I like to share it with other people because I know that there's a lot of people out there that are suffering the way I was suffering. I don't know if Anthony mentioned to you, I'm a psychotherapist, and I've been a psychotherapist for over 40 years. I also am a survivor of depression. And I don't think people really understand that saying you're a survivor of depression, I guess, means lots of different things to lots of different people. But oftentimes people think if you're depressed, it means you're sitting in a corner and you're crying all day. And that's just not the way life is, okay? So several years ago, I started ketamine infusions because I was what they considered medication resistive. It means if you've taken at least 2 different antidepressants and you failed them for whatever reason, and my reason in failing them was because they either triggered migraines, gave me 40 pounds of weight that I didn't particularly care for at any time in my life, and just had some weird side effect. And I can tell you that probably over the 20 years since I've been diagnosed with depression, I've tried 20 different medications. So I didn't know you only had to fail 2 to qualify to go for ketamine. And ketamine is so not talked about. People don't know about it. I think back to my own career, and I think back to all the people that I know could have benefited from ketamine because they were in the same situation. Because ketamine is not like any other antidepressant at all. And I can tell you that firsthand from 40 years of experience and from taking over 20 different medications, not at the same time, but trying this one and trying that one, and it's just a whole different experience.
Can I go in a little deep with you? Do you mind? Okay. So it shows, number one, that you can even be professional in a field that you would think, oh, everybody's in that field, that doctor, they're all, but not necessarily.
No.
You're right? And everybody does have a story. Your story that you are talking about that you said means so much to you, their story means so much to them.
Right.
And when Tony comes on, a lot of times we talk about how people are usually extremely depressed, okay? And I'm looking at you going, she didn't look depressed, but you can't tell on the now. Obviously, you can't. We see that. We know that. Your story, when you got depressed, did it just get to the point where you knew you were taking this medication? What happened? How did it come to this?
Well,
is that okay? I'm asking.
No, that's fine.
Just tell me when I can't.
No. I'm very, very open. Any doctor I go to, I tell them about my ketamine because I feel like it's my job in some ways to educate them because they know nothing about it. I also have fibromyalgia, and I remember going to my rheumatologist. I go probably every few months, and when I went maybe about 6 months ago, I just said to her, "Do you know anybody that uses the ketamine for their fibromyalgia?" And she laughed, and she said, "You're the only one I know that uses ketamine for anything, right?" Because if I don't tell people and I keep it a secret, how is that helping anyone?
Well, that's what this show is great for.
Yeah. And there's such a stigma about mental illness. And now there's that saying, mental illness, I'm trying to remember the saying, where they try to say that mental illness is illness, just like physical illness. And it's because people don't speak of it because there's such a stigma that people don't get the help that they need. And that's why I'm here. If it's such a cliche to say if I can help just one person, but damn straight, if I could help just one person understand about ketamine. And part of the problem is if you go online and you look up ketamine, you get a lot of information about how ketamine is abused, and it greatly outweighs the amount of information that's on there about how ketamine is actually helpful to people.
So going back to your center, okay? When people come to you, first of all, let's talk about how you give them an extensive consultation, right? You want to find out a little bit about them. You monitor them while they're doing this. You have been doing it for now quite some time, right?
Correct.
And have helped many people out there. And everybody has a story. And there's a lot of people out there that when you're listening to this, it could be you, it could be someone that you know. And they're trying to get the word out about this. You can't just go to anyone. You want to make sure you go to somebody who is educated and experienced with it, and you are.
That's correct.
Let's talk about it. Go back up on
So, when clients come to us, first of all, we have to go and give them a consultation so that we know if they're really depressed, if they need this for even other conditions like fibromyalgia, as Lorraine said here. So we also look at what they've been on medication-wise. We also look if they've seen other therapists, if they've seen a psychiatrist, psychologist, a therapist, any of those people. So we just don't take anybody. We have to vet these people because we don't want also to have people who are just coming so that they can just have their drug because they want it. We want it because they need it for the benefit of it.
I got to talk about something right now, and I just have to do this, okay? And you also help children. The youngest is
about 12, 11.
But look at our kids today. And they're dealing with a lot of depression and anger and where they just can't function. And I want to say this, it's our responsibility, this is my opinion, that the people that are listening to this, if you know somebody or you yourself are dealing with something, it's your responsibility, let's get you help. Because there is an answer. You don't know until you try, right?
There is an answer.
There is an answer.
Right.
There is hope. Let's put it that way.
Now, when they call you, they call 602 202-325-2020. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. They are located in Glendale. Their website is infusioncenteraz.com. This is life-changing. We have less than a minute. Can you say how it changed your life? Look at you. I mean, I don't know what before, but say, life changer for you?
Oh, most definitely.
How long ago did you do it?
I actually have been doing ketamine infusions for about 5 years.
5 years, but you don't have to do that on a constant basis, correct? Or how do you do that?
I go every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks
Every
for
3
5 years.
Yes.
Okay.
I have never missed an infusion appointment ever.
And
that's how important it is to me.
But it also helped you with, you said depression, but also pain.
Right.
Was the depression coming from the pain first initially, or was it other things?
No. I mean, I would like to tell you a little bit more about my story.
We will. We're going to do this. We're
Okay.
going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk further about the story so that I can get what it is that you want to say. You can check them out on their website. They want you to. There are answers, and the only way you're going to find out is by giving them a call and asking your questions to them so that they can answer them for you. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. They're located in Glendale. Their website is infusioncenteraz.com. Don't go to Google. Talk to them, their experience with it. 602-325-2020.
Craig Morton is Arizona's most innovative real estate agent, offering next-level services like strategic marketing for his clients so they can achieve their goals with above-average transaction management services. Positioned within the top 1% in his markets, Craig is also a licensed general contractor with certifications in energy-efficient building, enabling him to provide an unparalleled expertise to his clients. Let Morton Team cater to your real estate needs. Call 623-910-6277 today or visit helpinghappypeoplebuyandsellhomes.com. Helping happy people buy and sell.
People from all over want to come to Arizona, so why not turn property you already own into a vacation home? At iTrip Vacations, we're invested in your success. Our boutique customer service ensures your questions are answered, your peace of mind is intact, and your property is expertly maintained. Plus, we partner with dozens of rental services to maximize marketing and keep your property booked. Call 480-586-9096 today or visit itriptempe.com.
When does it get easier? I hear that all the time from business owners and leaders that just aren't getting the same results from their hard work they used to. I'm Ken Kilday, and I work with business owners and leaders to unlock their leadership genius. Start today with a breakthrough strategy session and start making the cut. Call or text 602-820-6978 or online at makingthecut.biz. That's 602-820-6978 or online at makingthecut.biz.
Ready to live your best life? Looking to find a group of qualified naturopathic doctors who really get you? Restore Health at Verve offers many advanced modalities and treatment protocols to restore and optimize your health. Do you suffer from chronic pain? Need advice on healthy eating? Or with balancing your hormones? Get the relief you need by contacting Restore Health at Verve today. For more information, call 855-34-RELIEF. That's 855-347-3543. To schedule an appointment online, visit rhg.health. Frequent trips to the bathroom keeping you up at night? Sudden urges or leaking when you cough or sneeze interfering with your quality of life? Then VJuve Med Spa is your answer. All treatments are non-invasive without drugs or surgery and FDA approved. Approved by Medicare too. Our treatment is also incredibly affordable and convenient. With 3 locations in Mesa, Surprise, and Scottsdale. Schedule your free consultation at stopthep.com or call 480-593-5400 for the relief you've been looking for. Let VJuve make you a better you.
Sciatic Naturals believes that all of their products should be pure, simple, and effective, without a drop of synthetic chemicals, made by nature, backed by science, giving you peace of mind knowing they use only certified, organic, powerful, bioactive extracts that are toxic-free, alcohol-free, and biodegradable, and still give you that wow you are looking for. Discover their most beloved products at zaticnaturals.com, ZATIK naturals.com.
If I traded it all, if I could.
A lot of people out there deal with depression, they deal with pain, they deal with treatment-resistant conditions, which is something that we'll talk about a little bit. But you wanted to talk a little bit about your story and how you got to take taking ketamine.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think since childhood I suffered with issues with depression, and you know this, the older you get, the more stuff you go through, right? So I was able to go for therapy, use some anxiety medications, and I was able to function. And I functioned very well because I tend to be the kind of person that gets energized being around people. And so by keeping up my private practice, it really gave me a purpose, and I felt good about life, and everything was okay. But about 10 years ago, my son passed away, and today's his birthday. So it worked out perfect that I actually came here today.
I feel wonderful for that.
Yes, that is very special to me. But about 11 months later, my daughter passed away. And then I kept working 2 years after that. And, you know, your mind, your body, your spirit are all connected. And I think my mind just said, your hard drive is on overload and it's fried. And I was having a hard time with my memory. So I would sit in session, and I loved my patients. My patients loved me. I loved what I did. I did it for years. I thought I'd do it for 1,000 more years. But I found I was having problems with my memory because I think I was just on overload. And between the grief and the depression being so intermixed together, it was very hard to work on either one of them. I stopped working, and I waited about a year trying to figure out how to, you know, exercise, eating the right things, doing the right things that would make me happy, asking people about ketamine, looking into different kinds of things. And then finally, I said, I'm going to try this ketamine. And I was actually going to a different clinic because Anthony's wasn't open yet. And I can tell you the most important thing is that you trust the treatment team that you meet, because it's a very odd therapy, to be honest with you. And every 3 weeks when I do it, I have the same conclusion. This is the oddest thing that I've ever gone through. But when they start you out with the 6 sessions over 3 weeks, you have one session, and then the next day you're kind of loopy. And then you do that for 2 weeks. So it took me 2 weeks, and after the end of the 2 weeks, I was sitting there and I said, where did that depression go? Because it was gone. And if you take a Zoloft, a Prozac, you know, you can name thousands of them, it gives you this feeling like you don't really give a crap. So it's harder to be sad and depressed because you don't care. I'm just telling you honestly, because I've taken them. I'm sure it's different for lots of different people. And it worked for me in certain periods of my life, but then it would trigger migraines for me. This treatment, I'm telling you, I would tell people I felt like I had a ball and chain with a giant D on it, and somebody came and clipped off that chain, and it was gone. And once it was gone, I was able to work on my grief. I was able to, you know, look at what was going on in my life and process my grief and go for grief therapy and, you know, different kinds of activities to help with that. But I really can't stress enough, you must trust the treatment team that you have. And the place I was going to stopped taking my insurance, because that's an interesting concept also, is in the beginning, my insurance company said they wouldn't pay for it because it was experimental. And my ketamine place was submitting the bills to the insurance company, and they were paying for them, even though they sent me a letter that said it was experimental. So that was fantastic. But then they stopped taking my insurance. And then, lo and behold, on Facebook, I see Anthony's post, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? A mile from my house? A ketamine center?
It's like, meant to be.
Right. And I went and I met with him, and I felt great automatically. You know, because I worked in this field, or I work in this field, I know what to look for, where somebody else might not. And I just knew it was the place for me.
But let's explain how it works, Anthony, because you have before where you explain how the ketamine helps balance that your brain, it's an imbalance, right?
That's correct. What ketamine works, it works in your brain and your spinal cord. How your brain works is chemicals that are in there. There are several of them, and what happens is they're imbalanced. Some of them are released in large quantities. Some of them are not released enough. So what a ketamine does in simple terms, it comes in and balances those chemicals so that your brain is wired the right way, like a normal brain, pretty much.
And the sensation is like what? I love it.
You know, I have the same mental procedure every time I get an infusion. First, it's the ouch from the poke, right? Then I'm laying there, and the first 10 minutes I think, is this stuff working? And then I move into, whoa, this stuff is really working, because there's all of this geometric nonsense going on with my eyes closed. And then it gets to a point where I think, am I dead? I feel like an odd sensation. It's not scary in any way, but it's definitely odd. Like sometimes the wall is on the ceiling. It's something like out of a science fiction.
You've mentioned that before, that it's a little bit, you have to go there with somebody, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. What ketamine does, it gives you disconnection from your mind and your body, and that's why the patient feels the way they feel. There's dissociation. That's what it does. It's a dissociative anesthetic.
And we're talking about severe depression. We're not talking about just that you're sad for the day or whatever. We just want people to understand that too. Severe depression, people who are dealing with severe pain. You said fibromyalgia. Right. It could be migraines. It could be phantom pain that you talk a little bit about that as well. And if you have been taking medication and nothing is working, this is a direction that you might want to try.
That's correct. Also PTSD.
That's right.
Also anxiety, bipolar disorder. It works for all those conditions.
So the best thing to do is to call them and let them have a consultation with you. 602-325-2020. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. They're located in Glendale. Their website is infusioncenteraz.com. Please, I implore anybody who has been trying or knows somebody that there might be some signs. This is an avenue that you want to make sure that you go to somebody who is experienced in that they are, and that you can talk to them and get their trust, which is important too. But to do something, not just sit there. And the worst thing that you can do is sit there and do nothing, right? Do you agree?
That's correct. The first step is to make a call, make a consultation, and go from there.
That number is 602-325-2020. You have been through an awful lot, and yet you sit here as if I knew you, I could have playing cards with you right now, you know? I mean, and you yourself, you are in a field of psychology, and yet it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you do. Pain can affect anybody. Anybody can deal with what you have. To lose 2 children, that's just awful. And, anybody who is dealing with something like that, you just feel like there's no answers in sight, that you cannot. But you are here to say, yes, look what you've gone through. And today, do you work now? Are you working at all now? Or
I have some private clients.
Some private clients. But you're functioning looks pretty well.
With ketamine, there's a clarity that comes along with it. Other antidepressants, Zoloft, Paxil, whatever, gives you a very stuffy feeling, but ketamine gives you a certain amount of clarity. And to make mention of the pain management, when I have a ketamine infusion and I wake up the next day, I float down the stairs. And I'm really half asleep because I'm waiting for my coffee, and I'll float down the stairs, and then I'll go, oh yeah, I had ketamine yesterday, because the pain is not there. And, the pain and the depression are so interlinked with each other that sometimes you don't know even where to begin. And sometimes it's so hard for people to make that first phone call, because they're afraid, they're scared, they're tired. Depression makes you very tired.
I also think that more than anything is that they have tried so much and nothing has
Right.
worked. And so they just think, well, I'm just doomed.
Why bother?
Well, don't do that. Pick up the phone, whether it's you or someone that you know. That number to call is 602-325-2020. Their website is infusioncenteraz.com. They do free consultations. They are rated with the Better Business Bureau. And this is a life-changing event for you. What are your final words, real quickly?
Final words, just give us a call. We are in Glendale, Arizona, as Carol said, and we are here to help. If we can work with you, we will work with you whichever way possible.
Tell you
Don't want
something.
anybody left out.
The best thing to do is just start with that phone call, 602-325-2020.
across that line.